following podcast contains drinking, so we suggest you drink along with us. God knows it'll be more entertaining.
Crack open a beer, because it's time for 2 beers, 1 cup.
Note to self, remember, no matter how bad life gets, there is always beer.
Drink along and tweet at us during the show at 2 beers, 1 cup. Now, let's drink.
What is up? What is up? It is 2 beers, 1 cup. My name is Gunner. Hopefully everything is going okay. If you're looking for us on the internet, check us out on Twitter. It's at 2 beers, 1 cup. Head over there. It's got links to our podcast on iTunes. We are on iTunes, so if you want to subscribe to the show, that would be great. You get all the new episodes as we upload them. And it seems like now we're going to start uploading them every single Wednesday night. So when you wake up Thursday, you can listen to it, and maybe that will inspire you to what you want to pick up for Thirsty Thursday or throughout the weekend. So definitely check it out on iTunes. We're on Stitcher as well. And I'm uploading all the episodes on YouTube just to make it readily available for everybody in the world. So tell your friends, check it out. It is 2 beers, 1 cup on Twitter. So today, what are we looking to do today? Well, let me tell you what. I decided to pick up some stuff I've never had before. Now, I've had Moose Drool before from the Big Sky Brewing out of Missoula, Montana. I've tried Moose Drool a number of times. Always like that stuff. It is some good stuff. You should try that out. Maybe we'll sample some on the show sometime. Moose Drool, good stuff. Today, though, I've never experimented in anything else that Big Sky Brewing Company has put out before. So today, I guess I hit the Mac Daddy. I hit the Mac Daddy of them all. I picked up a 4-pack of Ivan the Terrible Imperial Stout. Now, right off the bat, when I saw it, I never really typically pick up beers in 4-packs, by the way. I just don't do it because, for me, like, okay, it's going to have higher alcohol contents, and, it's not really good value. I mean, it is for the higher alcohol, whatever, but like I like to sit back and sip on craft beers and enjoy them, where a beer like this is really going to just kick your ass probably. So I don't typically buy the 4-pack, but since the point of the show now, 2 beers, 1 cup, is to sample different beers. Well, I got to stop being a little bitch, and I got to, try things I've never had before. So I grabbed the Ivan the Terrible Imperial Stout IPA. It's 9.5% alcohol. That's why it comes in 4-packs. So I picked it up, and I decided, you know what? We're going to pour 2 into 1 cup. And let me tell you, I just poured the 2 into the 1 cup. It is a very dark beer. It's pretty dark. And I'm not saying I'm nervous about this, because I'm not. I'm a man. I'm ready to take this down. I'm just saying when I get about halfway through this, I'm going to finish it. But I'm definitely going to be buzzy off this 9.5%er. So cheers to it. If you got 2 beers, pour it into 1 cup. Let's cheers to it. There we go. Let's take a sip of the Ivan the Terrible Imperial Stout from Big Sky Brewing Company out of Missoula, Montana. Let's do it. Okay, upon first taste here, I do have to say, it's not bad. When it's a 9.5% beer, you really expect it to really kick you in the ass a little bit, and you really get that alcohol flavor. But it actually goes down pretty smooth, the Ivan the Terrible. So let's do a little bit of research here. I tried going to their website, bigskybrew.com. It's not loading on the MacBook Pro. It's not loading on my phone either. So I don't know if their site's down, or maybe they're switching something over when we're recording this. That's all good. No big deal at all. Not too worried about it. But, a quick Google search will tell you what you're looking for when it comes to Ivan the Terrible. Now, I'm at beeradvocate.com. What is Beer Advocate telling me about Ivan the Terrible? Well, it gives you all the facts. Big Sky Brewing Company. We knew that because I already said it. And it looks like it goes back to 2006, and every single year they got a different brew of it. This one I'm currently drinking is the 2015 Ivan the Terrible, and it seems like he's been terrible throughout the years because, like I said, it goes back to 2006. It was 8.75. 2007, it was the same. And then in 2008, it jumped up a little bit. It was 9.5, just like I'm drinking now. And they capped it off at only just under 1,200 bottles of the stuff, so it sounds like it's a very limited run. Not sure you can get it. I'm sure you can order it online or something like that. In 2009, it jumped up to 10%. Same year, next year after that, it was 10% as well. Then, in 2011, it says here, they didn't even brew this stuff, so it must have been so successful on kicking people's asses. They're like, no, Ivan the Terrible needs to rest a little bit. The next year, they upped it. They came back biting a little bit at 12.2, and they really capped it off at the high alcohol at 2013 at 13.8%, which Man, if you're drinking that stuff, you must have some real hair in your chest. So this stuff I'm drinking, 9.5. I can't even imagine sitting around drinking 13.8% in 2 beers, 1 cup. But let's drink a little bit more of this. Let's see if it still goes down smooth. I do assume at some point here I'm going to burp out flames because it's just so high in alcohol. That's probably the high alcohol talking. Let's drink some more. Like I said, it goes down smooth. And it tastes actually really good. I mean, it does taste like an imperial stout, like the Russian imperial stouts, but I wonder how they managed to keep the flavor of this stuff while having such high alcohol content. This is some pretty good stuff. I don't know if I'd sit around and sip on it all the time, but, for a 2 beers, 1 cup episode, this is doing the trick. And I wonder what the inspiration behind it really was. Like, did somebody meet a guy named Ivan and he was just an asshole? And they're like, in high school, I got to name this beer after him. I wonder what the story behind it. Let's see if we can find this. All right, well, I found a description online. It said, Big Sky's Brewing Ivan the Terrible Imperial Stout is brewed according to the traditional style using English hops and the finest American malt. So that's how they came to it. They just went with a Russian Imperial Stout and tried to keep it pretty... They try to keep it pretty tried and true to what they were looking for. And you know what? I mean, it really does the trick here. I mean, I love the color. Like I said, the alcohol is a little bit high, but I'm totally digging this, and I'm going to drink some more right now. So if you're drinking right now with 2 beers, 1 cup, we definitely salute it, and we enjoy it. So cheers to it once again. Let's have a little bit more. If you're drinking Ivan the Terrible, I salute you. If you're drinking anything, though, that's good. That's what we got to do. Let's take a little swig and see what happens. I really wish their website would load, just so we could learn a little bit more about what's going on here. But let's check them out on Twitter and see if they're all over it. Because like I said, this podcast, we're all over Twitter. It's at 2 beers, 1 cup. If you're looking for us, we're over there. And I'm following a lot of people. I'm really trying to expand the at 2 beers, 1 cup. So I'm following a lot of breweries over there, things we're interested in. So definitely check us out on Twitter. It's at 2 beers, 1 cup. Big Sky Brewing on Twitter, at Big Sky Brewing. It says the company was established in 95, makers of Moose Drool, Montana Trout, Slayer Ale, Scapegoat, India Pale Ale, Summer Honey, and Powder Hound. So those must be their big go-tos when it comes to the brews they're making. And this beer, the Ivan the Terrible, definitely a specialty beer because, like I said, they put it out every single year, and it's always a different kind of style and different kind of brew when it comes to the final product and different percentage of alcohol, and probably, they throw a little bit more over here and over there when it comes to ingredients. So definitely, I like that as a specialty run, and that's really cool when you go to a liquor store and you find, because I don't know about you, but I'm always going straight to the craft beer section. I pass all the Buds and the Millers, unless it's like, you're going to a party or something like that, and that's what you're looking for. But I always pass all that stuff, and I go straight for the craft beer section. And you really got to find a good craft beer store in your area, because when it comes to that, and if that's what you're looking for, I mean, there's only so many options. So I always go back to there. So I guess I was kind of lucky to find the Ivan the Terrible, because this is probably done being brewed. You probably just get what you get. So let's take some more swigs and see. Yeah, I'm definitely now over halfway done with my giant cup, my giant glass, my giant beer mug. And as I click on the link from their Twitter page, Big Sky Brew, or as I click on the website from the Twitter page, the link, it's still not working. So, you know what? They might be working on some stuff, and that's cool. Oh, 2 beers, 1 cup has not followed them. Well, big follow for them. Big follow right there. So, God, I'm such a douchebag. My buddy Chow, I was telling him about this podcast, and I think he listened to the first episode. Him and I do a podcast together. It's called Catching a Buzz. New episode out now, so subscribe to that as well. That's more of a talk show. This is more of a beer review, but I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, dude, my Twitter feed's doing pretty good on 2 beers, 1 cup. He's like, how many people you following? And I told him, and he's like, God, you're such a douche. And I'm like, yeah, totally know that, man. Anyway, that's one of those famous 2 beers, 1 cup, getting kind of buzzed up rambles right there. That's what that is. I just gave it a name. It's a rambles. And I blame Ivan the Terrible because, let's be honest, I'm now looking at the bottle. It's a bald dude with a beard. I'm kind of a bald dude, can't grow a beard. I'm mad at Ivan. And it's not because of this beer's bad, because this beer is actually really good, but I'm mad at him because he's staring me down, and he's flexing, and I'm flexing, and he's out flexing me. And I'm not really into that. I'm not really into that at all. So I'm going to drink a little bit more, and we'll see if Ivan, if I can bounce back from this. We'll see if I can bounce back. Yep. As I'm sitting here drinking that, I just keep thinking to myself, in what situation would I want to go pick this up? And I feel like, if you're hanging out with a couple of buddies who are, fans of craft beer, and you guys are all sitting around trying different craft beers, this would be a good one to if you can get your hands on it, this would be a good beer to sit around and enjoy with your friends. If you're trying out different beers and things like that, this would be a good one. Your friends would look at you and be like, man, Ivan isn't terrible. He's a good guy. So as I'm starting to wrap this up a little bit, and as I'm going to finish my cup, would Ivan the Terrible be good at a party? Well, it depends on who you're drinking with, because I feel like if you're bringing somebody to the party and you're drinking a lot of this stuff will catch up to you really quick. But if you're having two, like I just had on 2 beers, 1 cup, Ivan the Terrible will not lead you to stray too far. You should be good to go. And as I'm wrapping up 2 beers, 1 cup today with Ivan the Terrible, I do still have some in my cup. So before we wrap up this episode, I'm definitely going to drink it. And I do have to say something about me. I'm notorious for when I'm eating, I start flexing for some reason. I literally just looked at Ivan the Terrible on the label, and I started to flex. I started to flex a little bit. So I'm obviously going to say Ivan the Terrible did his job. And at 9.5%, really did the job there. So I'm going to drink the rest of this in my cup right now. Cheers. Yeah, I have to say, at the end of that cup, number one, I thought, well, I'm kind of buzzed up, not going to lie. At 9.5%, drinking 2 beers in 1 cup, I thought I'd be more drunk than that, to be honest. And I'm feeling pretty good. What I drink, Ivan the Terrible, Imperial Stout, again, by the Big Sky Brewing Company out of Missoula, Montana. Hell yeah, I would. You know why? Because I got 2 more in the fridge. So I'm not going to drink it tonight. I don't think you should, by any means, sit around and drink 4 of these unless you're camping and looking to fight other campers. I don't really know why you'd slam 4 of these. I think drinking 2 is probably the cutoff on something like that. And after this, when I'm editing up and uploading this podcast, I'm thinking I'll probably have an IPA after this. I feel like an IPA would be pretty good following this. But Ivan the Terrible, Imperial Stout. What am I going to give this? The Big Sky Brewing Company, Missoula, Montana. I'm going to give Ivan the Terrible, 2015, by the way, 9.5%. This is a big beer. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. And it's not because I think it's a bad beer. I really don't. I just don't know when I would sit around and drink a 9.5%er. I don't typically do that. So I'm saying that's on my scale. Don't know what scale it's on with you, but I'm giving Ivan the Terrible an 8.5 out of 10. It's a good beer. It's a quality beer. Will I drink it again? Hell yeah, because now every year I want to see how it varies from the previous year. This year is 9.5. Next year it might be 13 again, like they did a couple years ago, or, because it seems like they vary year to year. So Ivan the Terrible, he's different every single year. He's terrible in a different way, and we're going to check it out. Maybe next year when Ivan the Terrible, or I guess this is 2015. So when the 2016 Ivan the Terrible rolls around, we'll drink it again, because that's a different beer. And that's what 2 beers, 1 cup is all about. Follow us on Twitter at 2 beers, 1 cup. We are on iTunes. Subscribe to that show. You can get the episode right as it hits iTunes directly to your device. Just search 2 beers, 1 cup on iTunes. Subscribe to that. We're on YouTube. We're uploading the episodes there. And if you're on Stitcher because you have Android, guess what? We are there as well. Follow us on Twitter. It's at 2 beers, 1 cup. We will see you later.
Want more 2 beers, 1 cup? Follow us on Twitter at 2 beers, 1 cup and suggest what kind of beers we should review on the show. We figure it's part of our civic duty. Hey, we're here to serve you.
That's it! I'm out!